Here, straight up, listen to me. This is me as I go through motorsports. This is me as I start from the beginning and finish at the end, and you can see everything about it. I'm not gonna hide anything. I was nervous on the first day. It's just awesome. Everything's so new. Everything's so different than go-karting.
First jump in the car, you ready to go?
Exciting.
They explain the shift lights and everything too?
No, but
Yeah. Basically, all lights on shift.
yeah, okay.
Obviously, you're not obligated to set it.
But now it's time for me to go.
There isn't enough room for your feet at the end of the car. So if you bring the pedals closer to you, the car actually widens up, so you don't hit your feet on the top of the car. So I was balancing whether my feet should be far forward and my legs straight and comfortable, but my foot would hit the top of the car like this. So I had to bring my feet back so the tops of my feet didn't hit the top of the cockpit. It's important to have the seat belts as tight as possible, to have you snugged in as tight as possible and become one with the car. When you can feel the vibration of the engine, you really have an intuition of what's going on.
And though I have regret 1,000 times, it's time to go.
Steering wheel is quite complicated because I'm used to a go-kart steering wheel, so there are quite a few new buttons that I had to get used to. Pit limiter, gear, neutral, the shifting paddles on the back, the rain light.
And -1. If you don't push the gear button, it won't work, okay? The rain light is here, so be sure you use it when you are on wet tires, okay? And the radio when you have it. This is the pit limit, but don't worry, we don't use it. And for me, that's alright for the moment. So, ignition on. Kiki, c'est bon, t'es branché?
Was in the darkest depths of mortar, I met a girl so and the evil one crept up and slipped away with her, yeah.
I'm going to take you on a lap of Nogaro Circuit, France. Coming into the first corner, you're going quite quickly, 225 kilometers an hour in 6th gear. Light braking to not upset the car into this fast left corner, down 2 gears, setting it widely, just turn 2. Turn 2 is also quick, and you have to make sure you don't hit the paint on the outside. The paint is very slippery in the rain. Coming into turn 3, very quick, just letting off the gas and right back on. I rim shot and almost come off the side of the track. Off the rubber to turn 4 or 5. Turning late and making a V to cross the rubber on exit so that you don't get any tire spin. Setting up into turn 5 is important. 5 is a crucial corner because it leads onto the straightaway. You stay off the rubber and accelerate through the gears, making sure not to miss a gear and shift at the perfect timing. I make a brake adjustment down the straightaway, add more front balance so that the front tires do more work and slow me down for this fast hairpin. Coming into 230, braking at 100-meter marker, wide rim shot corner. It's fun here, and right here the aerodynamics make such a huge part because of this kink. It's very important to be as stable and steady as possible. Coming into turn 9 now, very slippery corner. It's easy to go off here and there's gravel on the outside, So you have to be very precise and very perfect. 5th gear, going into 6th gear. This is where I spun the first day because the asphalt becomes so slippery right here. And you're so near the painted curb. And again, the paint is so slippery in the wet. It's incredible. It's as if you have no grip at all. Now the last 2 corners, setting up wide, rim shotting, and setting up as much as you can for the last corner, so they're flat out. Crossing the finish line, that's a lap in the Yarrow.
The confusing part of this morning was that in a go-kart, if you get onto throttle, it creates tire spin and makes the go-kart turn faster. So going onto the throttle makes it turn easier. So that's kind of the bad habit I have today, is every time I think I need more rotation, I go to the throttle, but in the car it's transferring weight. So I have to have understeer throughout the corner.
Better on the...
In a go-kart, you hit the brake and you hold the brake as hard as you can without locking up until you get to the corner. Where in a car, you're progressively releasing the brake. So it's a little bit different for me, and I see on the data that some of the more experienced drivers have this trail off the brake. I just have to get used to that, so definitely focusing on that.
When I come from this corner, I don't come wide enough, so I'm trying to come out to the side. I have to come out wider here so that I can have my clear line.
Simon and I were arguing here a little bit about what the ideal line was. Because the track was drying so quickly, the ideal racing line was changing so awesome. We were debating which was the correct one. By the end we made a compromise, and I was the quickest through this track.
That was good. That was the best one yet. Good.
Today was excellent, but it's far from the end. I'm not even close to being finished what I've started here. And I can't wait till the next